Hey, welcome back to more Higurashi. Last time, okay, I'll just say this up front because I realized after recording last time that even after fixing it twice in the beginning of last video, part of the screen was like off of the recording. Luckily no sprites were cut off, obviously a bit of the CGs were, and some text was like on the edge there. That was bad though. So I've just decided to scrap my little Higurashi graphic, my little black bar spaced on the side, and just have it, you know, this full screen. You might as well let people see how beautiful it is without things being cut off. And I guess I'll leave my camera in the top right corner. I kind of like it there because, you know, all the quick save and kind of, you know, gameplay stuff is on the bottom right there. So, you know, keeping stuff on that side seems good. And hopefully I don't have to fix it again, but should be good now. Nice. But last time we just got done doing the card game with everyone. Bit strange. The build-up in this game is might arguably be more disturbing than when they finally pull the trigger on whatever is like fully going on under the surface here. The big thing we found out last time, however, was the murder that occurred at the dam. Not hard to imagine, you know, the motive of those who did it. I mean, we know there were 6 people. I know we learned the main one was never caught, but pretty much the construction of the dam we learned would have meant the destruction of this village. Because I guess it would be quote-unquote in the way, you know, those typical construction projects that just tramples over everything. So not hard to think maybe a group of them snapped or planned that. Still very disturbing, but it's like, makes me wonder, you know, in a small village like this, probably everyone knows about it. You know, Rena not wanting to talk about it last time is very understandable. Like, as suspicious as I am as so many things, and even me saying at the beginning of last part, like, I wonder if all these interactions are like red flags or foreshadowing to things that might happen later. But that specifically of Rena not wanting to talk about it, that's not strange, right? She wants to keep the peace. She wants to probably have these good times. That's the impression I get from Rena. Even with the dynamic of the card game last time being very, very competitive, like extremely so, to the point that their pretty much gang initiation of Keiichi, quote unquote, through the game was very, very intense. You know, they all knew the game extremely well, knew the cards extremely well, like all of them did. They even all saw through the trick that was at the end that Keiichi almost got. The simple answer was actually the correct one, not the overly complex one that she knew he would come to the conclusion to, but it just simply was like what it was. That might be just this game in general, but yeah, we're gonna continue to figure out what's going on here, just kind of paying attention to stuff. Even during the picnic, there was this one scene where it went to like a black screen and it was like, oh, and then Rika's nose is bleeding, right? Then blood. Oh, it's her nose. I guess everything's okay. Yeah, you know, even photographer dude that said they never found the body. I was like, wait, what? You know, I think, yeah, we learned that the body was like in pieces and stuff. Yeah, very, very freaky stuff. And, you know, I wonder at what point Keiichi will start to maybe feel off about things. I mean, he already has regarding the murder and that whole thing, but that tip screen with the newspaper was very interesting. Of course, all redacted names, all dates gone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I ramble a lot when talking about things I've already done. It kind of helps me to remember stuff, especially since I haven't played since like last week. But starting as of this recording, I'm going to start recording this twice a week, so it should be a bit easier for me to remember stuff. But other than that, I was told by some people that KFC is actually very popular in Japan. I was so surprised that it was even popular enough back then for them to have like Colonel Sanders dolls, apparently, like from the 70s. And I guess to have now in the 80s is kind of like, oh, this is like an old thing. Like, as for some reason surprising to me, but man, I guess like as much as the internet has kind of like connected so many of us, I have never really left the United States, so it's kind of still kind of a foreign thing to like picture things that are so popular here just being everywhere. Like obviously McDonald's would be everywhere, but you know what I mean. Even back then, crazy. And also, Ryukishi is the one who did the original sprites that we saw in the original art. So if we click on here, the P key. Oh, I have to let this thing finish. Okay, sorry, game. He did do the original sprites and original art. Definitely has like his own style to it, though. Of course, the console versions and the remake versions are extremely polished and well made. I mean, look at this CG, right? It looks beautiful. But shout out to him for doing his own story and doing his own art. Like, that's crazy. Apparently his brother, who did the scripting for the game, was a big fan of Tsukihime and wanted to like make a VN like Tsukihime, so that's really cool. Super into those Type Moon VNs, so that's cool for me to learn. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Also, apparently Yukishi also really likes board games and games like that, like tabletop stuff, so it's kind of a thing that he, I guess, includes in his stories, as we saw last time with the card game. But yeah, that's it. Ready to continue. Let's see how far we descend now. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Randy that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just Mion and me walking home together, a rather rare occurrence. Big brain Mion.
宝の山か。捨ててる連中もまさかレナに感謝されてるとは夢にも思わないだろうね。
Yeah, and Mastermind Mion over here, it was so crazy at the end of last part that she just... Like, you did well, Keiichi. Now, Keiichi has really good insight, and he's really smart as well. Even Mion understands that, why she was able to trick him. But, yeah, very interesting. Mountain of Treasure, meaning that dam construction site from before. Oh, are we going to talk about that? Oh, right, Mion would probably tell me. Oh, here we go. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to have happened there.
あそこさ、ダムの工事現場。なんかあったんだろ？昔。
そりゃあったよ、戦いが。
A grand battle, she says.
座り込みやったり、デモをやったり。
Okay, that makes sense. There were protests, I guess, before the murder. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same.
自分たちの土地がダム湖に沈むんだもんな。俺だって戦うだろうな。
Sure, of course.
役人どもは本当に一方的だった。偉そうで威張ってた。金で解決できないと悟ると、あらゆる嫌がらせをしてきた。
Wow. Yeah, I can imagine.
いやらしい奴らだった。
Again, not hard to imagine the motive, you know, of people going that far. Mion spoke excitedly as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her.
よく勝てたな。相手は国だろ？
村長や村の有力者たちがね、方々に陳情した。東京にも行ったし、いろんな政治家に根回しもした。
Oh, wow.
そうしてるうちに計画は撤回されたんだよ。
Interesting. Okay. So she's saying that that's why the development was retracted. I guess officially.
私たちの完全勝利だった。
Okay.
暴力沙汰とかにはならなかったのか？傷害事件とか殺人。
No, I love Keiichi. He's just okay. Let me cut direct to the point then.
なかった。
Wow. Okay, Mion. She promptly cut me off. But again, like, okay, sure. You want to keep it hush hush? I'm sure everyone knows, everyone in the village knows about this and probably agreed, like, no one tell anyone. No one talk about this ever. Dark underbelly, you know what I mean? She promptly cut me off, the same as Rena had, yeah. Her words signaled the end of the discussion. Yeah, don't push. Do not push. Tomitaka-san said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. I saw the newspaper. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. I sighed dejectedly.
また明日ね。ケイちゃんそれ、うちに帰るまで消しちゃダメだからね。
Oh yeah, the fucking marker. Permanent marker.
わかってるよ。消さねえよ。
What a pain. Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Oh good. You haven't even looked in a mirror yet, dude? Watch it be a drawing of a dismembered arm. Damn you, Mion, you shall rue this day. If our roles are ever reversed, I'm going to go all out. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scouring pad. Dude, is it Mion getting killed in the beginning? That's immediately what I thought. It's like, I'm going crazy just thinking everything is foreshadowing, and it's good-ass writing for doing that, because that's the point. it already started the VN with that crazy shit. So it already put in your brain to think of everything as like a red flag and as a build up to that. I feel my descent already. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Oh, whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. I see. He stomps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear.
おかえり、ケイチ。お父さん大変そうだからそっとしてあげてね。
That sucks.
またアイデアに詰まったわけ？
今回は締め切りが重なったからね。お父さん充電期間がないと大変だから。
Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Mayabaras. We've never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is a master painter?
家の中をうろうろしないで、表に散歩でも行った方がアイデアが出るんじゃねえの？
今回は生活空間がテーマだから、お父さんこの家をモチーフにしたいみたい。
Okay. But he's having trouble. That's quite a bothersome motif.
エイジ、部屋の中を少しは片付けなさい。みっともないぞ。
ごめん。後で片付けるよ。
Oh, come on. Please don't use my room as the motif.
ケイチ、お夕飯までまだ時間があるから、表でも散歩してらっしゃい。
I'm gonna lift my mic because I'm slouching. Posture check. Dad's moods are only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. I was a little worried at first, but I guess he doesn't seem too mad. I mean, he's understandably frustrated, so okay. I'm watching you. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further.
じゃあそうするかな。
Still a little sussy though, just a little sussy. I hope Mom is okay. I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I noticed they didn't mention his face. I just needed to kill some time. I guess it was that tense. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. Smart. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. Oh, I bet. Dude, country roads, like, at nighttime, terrifying. If Mion or Satoko ever found out about that, I smiled wryly. Oh yeah, Rena was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the dam construction site. The excavation of Colonel Randy was probably taking her a while. Oh goodness. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one.
次の部活の時に恩返ししてもらえるかもしれないしな。
With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the dam construction site. Okay. Tomitaka-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing anything about. Could be a good person to talk to. If I met him again, I'd like to ask him for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. Yeah, I'd want to know too. Don't blame me, buddy. Let's see what's up. Hopefully Rena's okay. Mion is probably the most sus to me. Like, because the other girls are much younger, so they're little kids. But Rena seems the most I don't know. Because she seems like she could be, like, I don't know, manipulated, and, she seems very sweet, of course. Worried about her, so. I spotted Rena struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Randy was lodged in there pretty firmly. It didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing down the slope unsteadily.
Yo, Rena.
Okay.
精が出ますな。
ケイチ君。どうしたの？こんなところへ。
A place like this, huh? I see, she was aware of it, at least.
事故発生の緊急通報を受け参上しました。
Huh.
負傷者はどこでありますか？
事故って、
ランディ君人形がゴミ山に生き埋めになっているとの通報でしたが。
イチ君脅かさないでよ。
She thought it was serious.
冗談だよ。レナが一人で困ってるだろうなって思ってさ、手伝いに来てやったんだよ。
レナのために。
Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blush at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake.
冗談だよ。こっちまで恥ずかしくなるだろ
冗談ってどこからだろう。
Everything about her is too damn adorable, like to her voice, to like the random noises she makes. I just ignored her bewilderment.
う。俺、どいた。で、どこだよ、ランディ君は。
あ、ごめん。ほら、この隙間から見える？
こりゃ本当に生き埋めだな。
The Colonel Randy was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials like they were caging him inside. According to Rena, it wasn't like this yesterday. It seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried like this. Okay, makes sense.
この山を一人でどけるつもりだったのか？
Again, it seems super dangerous.
その細い腕で。
Excuse me. There's no way she would be able to do that with her slender arms.
でもランディ君人形かいいだもん。お店のランディ君には鎖がついてるけど、これならお持ち帰りできる。
How? If Rena gave up on this Colonel Randy, she'll probably start devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime. Good job, buddy.
どいてろよ。俺がやる。
Yeah, otherwise she'd be compelled to just take it home. That's like her whole thing. Rena blushed again, but this time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there would be nothing that could be done.
ケイチ君、レナも手伝えるよ。手伝わせて。
Oops, sorry.
帰って邪魔になるから下がってろって。よいしょー。
Pulling out scraps, bending them, tossing them aside. I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Alright, Keiichi. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it. No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Randy right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I had progressed.
本気でやるなら、斧とかノコギリとかがいるかもしれねえな。
Oh god, don't say axe. I'm pretty sure that's what was being swung in the beginning.
もういいよ、ケイチ君。すごい汗だよ。そんな無理しなくてもいいよ。
レナのためにやってるだけだ。
Aw,
気にするな。
it's very sweet. Rena began sputtering and turned beet red. Whoops, I meant to say I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Oh yeah, that. Oh well. That too.
さすがに休憩。
Damn, he's been at it for a while.
こいつは手強いぜ。
My man is dedicated. So that is a tiny looking bike up there. I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope.
ごめんね、ごめんね。
Okay, never mind. The bike doesn't look so tiny anymore.
すごい汗だく。
Rena patted her handkerchief against my forehead. It felt pretty nice. Oh.
あのさ、ちょっとここで休んでてね。私、家近いから。麦茶とか持ってきてあげるね。
Some barley tea. Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena was gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I'd discovered earlier. That was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Oh my god, is he gonna find the newspaper article? Yo, come on. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. There were bound stacks of not so reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, going back quite a few years. Yeah, he's gonna find it, dude. He's gonna find the Tip newspaper. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. If it was just as Tomitake-san said, then undoubtedly there would be mention of the murder. These are troubled times. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. I like the way Keiichi said that. I mean, it's true. So it would definitely be recorded, of course. Such fascinating news for people when awful shit like that happens. I unfastened the packages and opened the rain-soaked pages carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who the perpetrator or the victim was either. I only knew it happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Rena had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at a dirty magazine, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it had happened without a doubt. As long as Tomitake-san wasn't lying. And if both Rena and Mion... yeah, there was. If they had just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. Right. It's the fact that it's such a secretive thing. Which is understandable, but yeah. I would totally be like Keiichi too, like, I want to know though, you know? And you can't just Google this shit. It's the 80s. An incident that neither Rena nor Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. That made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Oh my goodness. Dude, the negative color change. Oh my god. Hinamizawa, dam worker, lynching, murder by dismemberment. God. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Rena could return at any moment. Man, this shit is already tense. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying a body bag and newspaper reporters were all bathing it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site, lynching and murder/dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman. He had assaulted his assailants daily with an explosive backlash from his daily actions. It's a horrible image to see the site foreman as. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we heard that. It happened. It really did happen. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. On it was... The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used an axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces, the head, arms, legs, and torso. I could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible an incident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes. That wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter, a brutal murder. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With a hatchet. Oh my god. Holy fuck, dude, she came back right at that moment. Oh my god. Dude, the sound effect too. Okay, it wasn't that bad. It didn't like get me like, oh, you know. Still freaky. Just damn silence. Well, that was a bit more detail. Holy crap. Rena, drop the hatchet. Oh my god. So that's the part of the CG we saw when she came up. She was holding one too. Oh my god. Rena, drop the hatchet she was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. Why were you holding a hatchet? Oh, I guess to get the Colonel Randy free? Right?
きほら斧とかが
He
ある
did.
と便利だって言ったじゃない。
He did. He did. That's true. You're right.
それでね、レナ、物置からちゃんとナタ持ってきたんだよ。
Thank you, Rena. Rena fluttered her arms in a panic, continuing to explain and apologize. Dude, worst timing ever. Worst timing. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely. Alright.
ごめん。ちょっとオーバーに驚きすぎたかな。
Would have done the same thing.
こっちこそごめんね。ごめんね。
Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow.
最後の針はそのナタじゃないと壊せそうにない。せっかく持ってきてくれたんだし、明日借りるよ。な。何しょんぼりしてるんだよ。明日にはランディ君が掘り出せるんだぜ。
そうだよね。早くランディ君をお持ち帰りしたい。
Sounds good. But man, gosh. Alright, let's just move past that, I guess. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. Though I really like Keiichi as the protagonist. He is smart, he's insightful, he sees his chance because he noticed the newspapers were there before and like tabloids and stuff and just sees his opportunity. Just like look for information since he knew he wouldn't get it from them. Like I really like the way he's approaching this. It's really like yeah, you would totally do the same. Both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Rena brought and wiped off the sweat that had now gone cold. We took the path to head home. I felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. Okay, that's how he hid it. Okay. Gonna hold on to that one. And I guess that's how, you know, we have it, I guess, in the tips. Just now is when he officially got it. Ooh, actually, no, we got 2 new ones, even still. The Dam Project and Special Tabloid Report. One Man's Trash, achievement unlocked. Okay, let's look at our new tips. Let's keep up. Damn, okay. Hit me with it, let's go. October 1975. In accordance with the Prime Minister's Bulletin Number X, Hinamizawa's Electrical Development Master Plan was announced. The vast scope of the projected Hinamizawa Dam was to have an incredibly heavy impact on the village of Hinamizawa. Very pretty CG. The area to be flooded by the Hinamizawa Dam would include the 5 areas off Hinamizawa, Takatsudo, Kyotsu, Matsumoto, and Yagochi. The submerged area would include 291 houses. Wow. Population 1,251. 1 elementary school. 1 middle school. 1 post office. 1 agricultural cooperative. 1 forestry department lumberyard. 5 shrines. 2 temples. And 1 fishery. The whole village. And yeah, just the whole... like all those 5 areas. Like holy crap. Yeah, not even just Hinamizawa. Wild. All of these communal, cultural, agricultural areas and places of worship were to be indefinitely submerged at the bottom of the artificial lake basin. Damn. Forsaking the hundreds of years our ancestors poured their blood and sweat into this fertile, resource-rich land was just too painful to bear. Understandable, of course. All the residents having homes that were to be submerged banded together and created the Onikakushi Guardians. Alright, nice. The dam project was halted and petitions to alter the plan were circulated. The citizens sought peaceful negotiations, but the government and its puppet company, X, openly refused. Okay, so we're learning more about the aspect that Mion told us. Which was not a lie. Just omission of the murder part, right? Performing unspeakable heinous acts, they quashed the democratic actions of the villagers. But the villagers did not falter. Instead, they banded together even more closely and steeled their resolve to protect their homes to the death. Literally. The continuation of that frightening Hinamizawa Dam construction project is still stalled as of today. The villagers understand that the stalling was caused by sublime power through unity. And they understand that this fearsome plan has not yet been fully withdrawn. The Onikakushi Guardians had been dissolved after it did its part, but the feelings of unity it garnered have not yet been extinguished. As long as that passion resides in the hearts of the residents, they'll be able to confront whomever next decides to sink their homes into a lake basin. Onikakushi Guardians Committee Chairman, Kiichiro Kimiyoshi. That was important. Getting the concrete date of like 1975 of like that project, I guess. Thing is, they said is when it started, but fairly recent. These events. It's good to get that now because I remember, yeah, the dates were fairly omitted before in the last tip. So yeah, that's good to know. I guess that's the more, of course, understandable protest, like. Banded together. Obviously, their homes and everything would have been destroyed. So much history, and just their entire life to be uprooted. Like, holy crap! Screw that. That's good to learn about. So we know Mion told us a partial truth there. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Okay, and here's the other part. Getting both halves of it here. The actual protests and, everything with that and the withdrawal and I guess the official reason, they succeeded, which I have no doubt. But this right here is the dark side of it. Here we go. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder/dismemberments. On X day of X month in X prefecture at the Hinamizawa Dam construction worksite in Shishibon City, a bone-chillingly gruesome murder/dismemberment. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam. They probably didn't mean to kill him at first, but as the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. I don't know what to think about that. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body which nobody could have mistaken as alive. X-san had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior, so that is something else we learned from Keiichi just reading the tabloid right after he found it, right? I didn't know about that part. Yeah, that he had treated them badly. Because that adds another layer beyond just the dam construction of, destroying the village basically and so many areas. There's this aspect too. At first it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and one even turned himself into the police. It was the de facto leader of this group, X, who suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area, but the de facto leader feared that the consciences of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning him into the police. He devised the heinous method of splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. Oh my god. Interesting, because yeah. Didn't they say, yeah, he was the only one that they couldn't get? And I assume they got all this information from the one who turned himself in and were able to get, I guess, the others. But the arm that wasn't found was probably the one that was taken by the main person they're talking about here. X turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Jeez. That is very devious. Disturbing foresight. Each one participated. But what does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. X had ordered each and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. They all cut off their own piece, huh? Jesus. In for a penny, in for a pound, was what it meant. Thus an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but X threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone else ended up dead. Wow. And he gave up in his objections. Holy shit. But X's plan collapsed in the span of one night. Triple X, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle and confessed. Okay. And I see now the number of X's they're using to designate the different... Okay, I get it now. Excuse me. Each different suspect. The criminals were arrested one after the other, but the de facto leader XX's whereabouts are still unknown. So yeah, they got the one, you know, confessed. Understandably, like, broke down after all that. Was threatened to be killed, so he did it. But the main one, oh, who is it? Also, the right arm hidden by X is yet to be found, and yep, there it is. That was their piece. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that XX had said that he was going to throw the body, right arm, into the swamp. XX's car was discovered abandoned near the swamp, but there were no clues to his whereabouts. XX didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and use his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, one could expect him to have a limited area to which he could have escaped to. Dude, he is still here. But within the station, there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the swamp where he went to throw away the body. To the locals, that swamp is believed to be bottomless. Local legend. It's known as Onikakushi, the Demon's Abyss. Wait, that was what the... Isn't that what the group was called? And it said that the bottom of the swamp is connected to the hellish world of demons. Holy crap. And shout out to you who explained the definition of Onikakushi. I don't think I'm saying that right, but it's pretty much a flip side of it's like a twist on a different saying. I forget exactly what it is, but basically it means spirited away by demons. And here we got some more demon stuff. Gosh, the atrocious demon from hell, that was XX. Got it. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the swamp? Gosh. What the hell? The Zijin Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Okay, well, on to the next part of the tabloid. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business and even love. Guaranteed or your money back. Zijin Dragon Bracelet DX, one piece. It's 27,800 yen. Man, what a deal. Amazing. What a tabloid. I love how they did that transition there. That song too. Goddamn. Man, he's totally still here. Like, cause yeah, with his car, like if he feasibly used that as a decoy, and they say they doubt that, cause you know how far could he have gotten? Cause he's still here. He's somebody we know. It might even be like Keiichi's dad. I don't know, dude. It's one of these kids' dads or something, and maybe one of their child followed in their footsteps. I don't know. Okay, I wanted to go through this again to verify that this was what they called themselves, the Onikakushi Guardians. That's interesting that that's what they called themselves in the name of, you know, trying to fight against the damn construction. Because now understanding its meaning, it's like, because that's the thing. Obviously, this is on the surface. Like, you know, they protested, they banded together the Onikakushi Guardians, you know, and they did that, and the villagers understand that this is what caused the project to halt. But they also understand that it's not like fully retracted yet. The plan's not fully withdrawn. But then you like get into the meat and potatoes of the special tabloid report, right? And it's like, obviously a murder like that would be like so like traumatic for any like one to keep like working on this, for the people like running it. Like, so it makes sense that the Hinamizawa Dam project and like the story that was widely put out and understood by the villagers, aka upheld like as the quote-unquote truth versus what actually happened, right? It's yeah, it's good to know that now though. So especially after what Mion said, because it really shows that, like the thing says, the villagers understand that that's why it was halted, and that's what they'll tell you, right? Murder, what are you talking about, right? So yeah, good to know now. Very freaky. The big question is like, you know, what's the relevance, right? It must be that the killer is still here. Like, it has to be with the car, like, and the Onikakushi thing, and even them calling themselves the Onikakushi Guardians. It's like, it's almost like coded, you know what I mean? God. Freaky. So, but I guess we'll find out. That's it for now. Let's keep going. This damn game. because then we go from that to, oh, it's good music, it's another day, like, we're gonna get Colonel Randy today. Let's go. This game's gonna drive me crazy. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with your food. The function of this school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together.
仕方ないじゃん。年齢も性別もバラバラだし。
一応ね、体育の時間は校庭で体を動かすのだけが決まりなの。
Real organization. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but
きっと教育委員会はこの学校を見落としてるんだろうな。
yeah, for sure. Even just like how it is in the classroom, it's like, well, we're here.
お待たせしましたです。さてご一同様、今日の体育は何をいたしましょう。
おっしゃ、これでいつものメンバー全員集合だな。
さて委員長、今日は一体どんな体育をやるのかな？
What we doing?
やるのかな？
Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area.
瞬発力と持久力。スポーツの世界においては仲間などいない。
Oh, good. So competitive.
すべてがライバル。信じられるのは己の肉体のみ。
Don't trust anyone, do you?
なんだそりゃ。漫画の読みすぎだろ。
I quipped without missing a beat.
てわけで、温故知新。古いながらもすべての要素を詰め込んだ屋外乱戦の王様、鬼ごっこで行こう。
Oh, shit. Did she just say the word Oni? I think I heard that. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much.
望むところですわ。のろまな圭一さんは家の一番の鬼ですの。
Dunderhead.
僕だって負けませんです。レナも頑張るもの。今日は負けないぞ。
なんでお前らそんなにやる気満々なんだよ。
So competitive, all of
第
them.
3条。ゲームは絶対に楽しく参加しなければならない。
This is a cult. It's like how the leader of the killings was like, you must do it. We're in this together. Also, I don't trust anyone, just like Mion. I'm just saying.
じゃあこれ部活なのかよ。
Everyone smirked at each other. Y'all seem pretty confident. I'm a man. I mean, that's true. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Well, we'll see, buddy. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Rena was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage.
上等だぜ。鬼ごっこ。乗ってやるー。
ONIgokko. Is that how you say tag in Japanese? I think that's just part of like how you say tag. If so, that's like fitting for the whole Oni thing in this chapter. My yell echoed across the school grounds. I wonder if that was deliberate. Probably. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. Ah, zombie tag. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would become a hellish siege.
ここいらではこの遊びのこと
There you go.
ゾンビ鬼って呼んでるけどね。
なるほど。食われたやつがゾンビ化するからな。
なんでそんな怖いこと言うんだろう。だろう。
Because it's October, Rena. Everything is
レナを
spooky this
捕まえ
month.
たら生きたままお腹を食い破ってやるからな。
Holy shit, Keiichi.
やだよ圭一くん。そんなのや。
Zooms in on Mion's face and smile. Rika-chan placed her hand on Rena's head as she panicked.
大丈夫です。圭一に食われる前に僕が優しく食べてあげますです。
Can you all stop being creepy? It's not helping.
リカ、それは全然慰めになってませんわ。
Both Mion and I nodded deeply.
最初の鬼、ゾンビはどうやって決める？じゃんけんか。
一応授業時間だからね。問題で決めよ
Questions? Oh goodness.
う。問題を出すから答えられなかったやつがゾンビ。
I have no idea which grade level they're coming from.
6は英語で。
Oh, and I've definitely like noticed by this point, but I've just seen it outright said that yeah, this isn't a VN like pretty much every other VN I've played, and it's typical that where there are choices and like branching paths and like routes. You know, this is basically just a story that you, as the reader, just kind of experience as it goes, and I guess try to figure out what's going on in this case. So, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Very different though for me, definitely. So. Just want to point that out because that is like a big difference for this game compared to every VN I've played. Roku. Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it.
だから答えるの。6は英語で。
6だ。
なら靴下は。
Kutsushita.
ソックスだね。
Socks.
アルファベットの後ろから3つ目。
Third last letter.
X ですよ。
では性別は英語で。
Seibetsu.
もちろんわかりますわ。それは
What is it? Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. What the hell?
サトコは大人だもんね。知らないわけはないよね。
Can you not with the kiddos around, please?
知ってますもの。
Oh my god, she was talking to Satoko? You're an adult, aren't you? I thought she was talking to Keiichi. Mion, you gotta stop.
知ってるもん。
じゃあ言ってごらんよ。あれだよ。あれ。
The worst part is I don't even know what it
あれは
means.
英語で。
さとこちゃん困ってる。かわいい。
I feel a yikes building up here.
持ち帰るなよ。犯罪だからな。
If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Yeah, speaking of crime, what does this word mean? Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer.
さあ言ってごらんよ。大声で。あれは英語で何という。
知ってるもん。知ってるもん。知ってるもん。だからザットですよ。ザット。
Okay.
は
So that's what? A previously indicated person, thing, or event? Oh, excuse me. All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. I mean, I don't know what the other meaning was, and frankly, I don't want to find out, so I'm fine with this. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you-know-what at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonazaki. I'm with you there. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. It's already perverted as hell already, apparently.
仕方ありませんわね。不詳、この北条さと子がゾンビ役を務めさせてもらいますわ。
I already remember how she was talking with Keiichi at the beginning of the game. I was like, what the hell? You know?
みんな食い殺してやりますですな。
Alright, zombie Satoko. Seems like she's raring to go.
100数えればいいんですの。
100数えるのはズルするやつがいるからな。俺の問題が解けたら追ってよし。
ケイチくん、簡単なのにしてあげてね。
5分の1のケーキと6分の1のケーキと7分の1のケーキを一皿に乗せました。
What the hell?
分母が違いますですの。
Damn. Satoko grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake in fractions on the ground.
ケーキ1個を60秒で食べられるサトコがそれを全部食べると お皿にはケーキがいくつ残っているでしょう？
Ah, yes. Simple. However, I will let you state the answer first. Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted.
よーいドン
Well, shit. Mion signal, everyone but Satoko scattered.
ケイチくん
Also, nice song. Cool.
それ問題じゃないよね。
Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage, yet again. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. Mwahaha. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. Poor Satoko. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in two directions and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. This might get horrifying when the zombies start coming for you. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi Maebara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory, and going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning me. Makes sense?
さてケイチさんはどこでございますか？
Ah, yep, and she already knows. And all of them are so smart.
逃がしませんことよ。
But of course, what would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this?
どう見た？岡村。ケイチさんを見かけなかったでございませんか？
Wow, she's just asking people. That's messed up. What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. Wow. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position. I was messed up. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with the ball.
すまんが伝言を頼まれてくれ。
Ooh, man. The psychological warfare.
北条聡子にご両親が校門に来てるぞってな。
いいよいいよ。
Alright. I stopped the girls as they turned to run
待
off.
て、まだ行くな。あと、園崎美音にもだ。先生が校門のところで呼んでるぞって伝えてくれ。
Wow. Let's try and get with Mion, too. Mwahaha, I am quite the schemer if I do say so myself. Do all of you are. Our schemer is just the protagonist. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Mwahaha, dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. He's so into it. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Trust no one. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. Well, too late now. At least you understand that, though. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. What a reference. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. Alright, that's cool, that's cool. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. This is really like a zombie movie.
いないね前原さん。そっちいた？いない。
Oh my goodness.
ケイチさんどこだろう？お父さんが校門に来てるのにね。
His dad is at the front gate. It's already started. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. Yeah, they want him to know. At the gate. So Mion was behind this. Yeah, makes sense. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell.
ねえねえケイチさん知らない？お母さんが急病で大変
Wow.
なんだって。
Okay, that's a bit more serious. It's kind of a messed up lie.
前原さんに伝言だよ。家が火事だから急いで校門に
Yo,
来いって。
yikes. So weird. There's so many red flags. It's like, oh, I don't like that.
前原さん家に
What the fuck?
墜落したらしいよ。
Okay, that's just funny.
警察が事情聴取に来てるって言ってた。
The police. Anything goes now.
趣味は抱き枕のコレクションなんだ
Oh
って。
my god. Huh?
夜な夜なベッドで抱きながら寝てるって本当なの？
Holy crap. Yeah, Mion. Dude, he told one lie, like one misleading lie to mess with Mion, and she told like 20. When she gets revenge, she goes hard. Oh my god. What were they talking about?
ふにふにの柔らかい感触がたまんないって。
Holy crap. Remember when he said, I don't want to make an enemy of Mion? This is why. No way I would do
委
that.
員長の写真貼り付けたのも貼るらしいよ。
Yikes.
へえ。
Gah. This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. Yeah, that's true. It's trying to get him to be like, no, I didn't do those things. My underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all of those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. Hehehe. Wahahaha. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wahahaha. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I feel intoxicated by my own victory.
聞いた？転校生の前原さんって二次元萌えの人なんだって。
Let's see how far Mion's gonna push it far until he comes out. Cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Ah. Oh, someone passed below. That's Rena and Rika-chan.
リカちゃんはまだ無事かな。なんとか頑張ってますです。みーちゃんも鬼になっちゃったみたいなの。
Mion? Couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? Damn. Also, yeah, it makes sense. He got her, so she's like, oh, I'm getting his ass back. This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then this wasn't good.
みーちゃんはなんとか巻いたけど、さとこちゃんは。
Yeah, that's true, because that confirmed she just has the freedom to do whatever. She can't, like, covertly spread messages. She's just blatantly doing it because she was gotten by that. This is revenge. Do not mess with Mion.
さとこは土管のところを探してますから、ここはしばらくは安全ですよ。
Around the pipes. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Renan was slumped on the ground breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be.
リカちゃん？何かな？何かな？大丈夫ですよ。
I'd never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before.
なんで近寄ってくるのかな？
What is she doing?
来るのかな？
This even happened last time, where I even started to look at Rika differently. She was always so sweet and always like the best one, but damn it. I feel so alone now.
リカちゃんはゾンビじゃないもんね。
Oh shit.
怖くないです。僕が優しく食べてあげますです。
Okay, see, I almost thought they were both it already, but damn. Okay, they were on the run too. But Rika, no.
嘘だよね。リカちゃんがそんな。
Damn, that's messed up. Okay, that's a bit less creepy now that she was it, but she's really playing it up. That's funny. Rena was pressed against the wall and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. That's great. Rena quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. It's gotten freaky. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. Oh, no. Oh, no. Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. Oh, God.
いたケイちゃん見っけ
Jeez, no way, dude. Damn it. I'm not even mad at Rena. It's Rena. I can't be mad at her, but damn it. Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. It's over. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good.
ケイチさんを見つけたですって
Uh-oh. I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. Little bloodhound. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Rena escape, and now she was burying her fangs in my direction. Oh no. Save yourself, Rena. It's over for Keiichi.
降りてこいケイちゃん
Terrifying. The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses.
お前ら怖い怖すぎる
Mm-hmm.
ケイチさんの腹渡はどんな味がするのかしらケイチさんケイチも僕たちの仲間になってほしいです
No. Oh god.
誰か助けてくれ
I saw Rena apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rena! She's gotta go, buddy. I'm sorry. An apology, huh? I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. What the fuck? And he was tickled to death. Bad end. Damn.
ってことはあとはレナか
Well, we're a zombie now.
チャイムまであと何分もないね
His zombie voice? Nice.
よくも俺を見殺しに
The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt.
かわいそ
Amazing.
かわいそですでもこれでケイチも仲間ですよ
One of us. I felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling, being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me.
ゾンビ鬼なかなか奥深し
気取ってる場合じゃレナを捕まえるのですの
校長が廊下を歩いて
Big
る
word.
もうすぐチャイムが鳴るよ
To devour Rena, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school
みんな
grounds.
聞いてくれレナが大変なんだ今すぐレナを探し出してくれ
Oh, goodness.
前原さん家にジャンボ機が大変なの
Oh yeah, it turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Damn it, Mion.
ああジャンボ機なんか目じゃないぞレナン地に墜落したのはなんと小惑星だ
Space colony, oh goodness.
小惑星ですって
ああ宇宙人が作った装置でまさか俺もそこまでやるとは思わなかった
Holy crap.
しかも続いて今度は100個も地球軍の完全な誤算だ
This man has a whole fanfic in his head. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events.
地球軍って私たち宇宙人と戦争でもしてるんですか
Darren. Isn't that oh, shit. Was that Star Trek? I don't even know, dude.
このままでは地球は壊滅だ
Because I'm thinking about the time. Probably Star Trek, but I don't even know.
しかしレナならレナの放つ音速のマッハレナパンチなら小惑星を全て迎撃することができる
The Red Comet.
そう地球軍のトップエースそれがリュウグウレナなのだ
The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena.
さあチレどうし諸君レナを探し出すのだ
She's the key to peace. My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. And Keiichi is a little too good at that, huh? There was still one person who hadn't gone.
でもたとえレナさんでも火を押し戻すことなんてできるんでしょうか
This girl said, actually.
心配無用だつい先日もレナは地球に激突するはずの水星爆弾を小惑星の100個や200個くらい音速を超える高速のパンチで一撃だ
Dude, Keiichi has thought of everything.
リュウグウさんってすごいんだ
Satisfied with that, she also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters.
ケイちゃんの才能をおじさんは改めて知ったよ。
Yeah. Now, Keiichi could be pretty dangerous, too. Damn. He told a whole story. He even had, like, even being questioned, he quickly came up with another answer, rallied the kids to find Rena. God damn. One to rival Mion. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever.
しかしケイチさんもやるでございますわねこれは頼もしいですわ
でもこの人数なら勝てる。これだけいれば勝てるよ。
ケイチ
Yeah,
は
probably.
ゾンビに立候補した方が良かったと思いましたです
Rika-chan's words stung a bit, but I let it slide for now. Damn. Not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. Oh no.
怖いよみんな
How terrifying. Literally backed into a corner with all these zombies after you.
ケイチ君まで怖いよ
Excuse me. It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. Yeah, what the hell? All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world.
みんなが何を
Freaky.
言ってるのかわかんないよレナはパンチで小惑星なんか破壊できないよ
You need fighting spirit, Rena.
レナさっきはよくも見捨てたな
Ugh. Terrible.
覚悟はできてるだろうな
He's so into it.
さっきはごめんねケイチ君だって仕方なかったんだもんおとなしく食い尽くされるでございますの
And she did what she had to. I don't even blame Rena. She couldn't do anything to help him.
みんなで仲良しですよ
I'm convinced Rika she just wants a cult. Cult of zombies. One of us.
あれな。念仏でも唱えな。
Rena had stumbled onto a mat trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating the situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Keiichi? What? Satoko and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. Don't know what that was about. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear.
ケイチ君はみんなみたいなひどいことしないよねしないよね
さあどうかな
Dude, poor Rena.
さあ覚悟は決まったかない
いよケイチ君な
Oh
ら
my goodness. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat.
ケイチ君はひどいことしないってレナ信じてるし
Oh, she trusts him so much. Ah, body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. It's working. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. There was the bell. Game over. Wow. Alright, it was kind of wholesome by the end.
やったやった生き残ったよ
Yay.
わーい
Damn, alright, she won. Nice. She got through to Keiichi. Good job, Rena. Rena really does seem like the best of them. Rena pranced around merrily as if the curse had been broken.
あとわずかのところで日光が差し、悪のゾンビ軍団は廃人と帰したか。
Happy ending.
ヒロインが生き残るのは映画のお約束だもんな。
It's fitting. It's fitting.
何を気取ってるのですの
Satoko saying postulating again. How do you know that word, child? Probably from Mion, but you know, the mixed classroom and everything.
ケイチさんがもたもたしてるからお仕置きしますです
Punishment. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika-chan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Oh my god. Jesus. So
じゃあ
weird.
生き残ったでしょうは竜宮レナと園崎ミオン。イエーイ
Yay. Wait, and Mion.
あれみーちゃんゾンビじゃなかったの
Dude. She just pretended to be? She never actually got tagged? Holy crap.
ふりしてただけ。
Damn.
敵を騙すには味方からって言うじゃん。
Dude, this girl is too... Nah, man. She is too cunning. Nah, man. That is crazy. What the hell, Mion? This is like the second giant Death Note moment she just had. Code Geass, no game, no life moment she just had. What the hell?
ミオン
てめえ。
はいはい急いで着替えないとね。
This girl's too good, man. I don't know how to feel about that. I like her. I like her character. I love that she's so good and everything. You know, I like her character, but it's just you're a little too good.
次の授業に遅れんなよ。
離せサトコリカちゃん
What? Again, my feel of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Yeah, you kind of have to get her back, bro. Man, that was intense. Everything is at this point. It's so weird. Man.